I am Dexter Morgan. I have been fascinated by hearts since I was a child, and my desire to kill grew stronger with time, but my father was a police officer, and he sensed my psychological issues, often taking me hunting, to vent this impulse on beasts. However, as I got older, I could no longer suppress the urge. I began secretly reading magazines about killers, even fantasizing about becoming one of them, until one day, everything changed. My father suddenly had a heart attack and was hospitalized. Watching him lie weakly in the hospital bed, I felt fear for the first time, not fear of death, but fear of losing him. He was the only one who understood me. One day, I went to visit him as usual, and I saw a nurse hugging the patient's family members. She was smiling strangely. I started observing her secretly, and discovered she would cut out photos from newspapers. When I compared them with the original papers, I realized the images she clipped were of patients who had died before. One day, as she was giving my father his medication, I asked why his condition was getting worse. She kept dodging the question. Even when I asked what kind of drug she was injecting into my father, she only said I wouldn't understand, even though I told her I was a medical student. She continued to avoid my questions. I secretly sneaked into her office and found a folder in her drawer, full of newspaper clippings about patients' deaths. There were photos of a patient who died just 2 days ago. That's when I realized the medication was the issue. I secretly took a syringe and brought it to school for testing. My teacher said it was potassium nitrate. When I asked the teacher what would happen,
With this dilution? Harmless. But if administered repeatedly over the course of several days, it could kill someone.
I rushed back to the ward where the nurse was about to inject my father.
Wait.
Harry doesn't want the shot.
Harry's in a lot of pain.
I want the pain.
He wants the pain.
The expression on her face convinced me she had a dark side. More importantly, my father saw it too. I told him everything the nurse had done. This time, my father didn't stop me. He told me to do it, to prevent her from harming other patients. I tied her to the operating table, flipped through her photo album, and counted her crimes one by one. What surprised me was, she still didn't regret it, insisting that everything she did was right. That's when I realized there was no point in talking to someone like that. I placed my hand on her chest and felt her fear. I took the body to the swamp, where many alligators were, and the body was completely devoured. I kept her earrings as a memento, but I didn't know how much trouble these earrings would bring me.